Brilliance Audio.
Out of Love by Ruth Cardello. Performed by Engle and Lidia Dornet. "Mr. Rehoboth?" a male voice asked from the door of my twin brother Jesse's office. I froze. Jesse's earlier instructions echoed in my head. Don't leave my apartment. Don't answer the door. No one knows about you, and for now, that's how I want it to stay. How he wanted it. Yep, that summed up Jesse. I had agreed to his plan when it had consisted of us stepping into each other's lives for a few hours. That deal ended for me when he began to change the terms. I should have said no to the whole idea, but I'd gone along with it for the same reason I'd agreed to meet up with Jesse again and again. I wanted to like him. Wanted to. We weren't there yet. Separated at birth, we'd been unaware of each other's existence until a few months ago, when he'd seen a photo of me in an online article and contacted me. No shit, this was his first text. "This is Jesse Rehoboth. There's a chance we may be biological twins. I've arranged for a DNA test to verify. Do not contact me before you have the results." He included the address of a local clinic along with a test identification number. I responded, "Is this a joke?" He didn't answer, which at the time was confusing, but became less so the more time I spent with him. Jesse didn't waste time on things he didn't consider important, and that's what I would have been to him had the test not come back as a perfect match. Thank God for my parents. I'd always known I was adopted, so the possibility of having a sibling hadn't shocked me. But a twin? They were as surprised by Jesse's existence as I was, and excited. My mother instantly viewed Jesse as another child to love. I didn't tell her the truth, that he had no interest in meeting her. I lied to her because that's what a person does when the truth would gut someone they love. I used the fact that Jesse's adoptive mother had also left him early in his life to fabricate a softer side of my brother. He wasn't a complete dick, unable to spare 5 minutes of his time for one of the most kind-hearted women on the planet. No, in my telling of it, he was a man with a hard outer shell that he used to protect the child in him that had never fully healed from being abandoned twice. For my parents, I held to that lie so fiercely I half believed it myself. Each time he asked to see me, I'd go, only to be reminded of why it was much more likely that he was just a dick. I always left seeing him feeling like I'd just interviewed for a job he'd already decided I wasn't qualified for. I accepted responsibility for some of our discord. I could have shared more, spoken of my interests beyond farming, but he was so damn condescending. Almost as bad as his older brother, Thane. Now there was a man who couldn't have many friends. He was about as much fun as a rusted lunchbox, and even more judgmental than Jesse, if that was possible. When I told Jesse that Stedman Oil had made repeated offers to purchase my family's farm, I didn't expect him to be all that interested in the subject. There was a surprising shift in his attitude. Suddenly we were brothers, and therefore on the same team. United. Loyal. No one would take my farm, not on his watch. He and Thane would do whatever was necessary to fend off this threat. What? My role? Step aside for a few hours and let them handle Stedman Oil. I could have said no. In fact, I did decline his offer more than once, but he was adamant that this was something he needed to do. In his conviction, I'd glimpsed a Jesse I could like, not the overbearing, go away while I handle this for you side. I could live without that. No, it was the emotion in his voice when he said that this mattered to him because I did. That was the first time I felt we might become family after all. He was definitely broken, but my father had taught me that irreparable usually meant a person lacked the commitment to fix something. An old tractor? It could almost always be salvaged. But like everything else, it required persistence and ingenuity. My relationship with Jessie was strained, yet did it have to remain so? I could have dismissed the whole switch lives for a day plan, but decided to find the value in it. Stepping into Jessie's life could give me a better understanding of why he was the way he was. I couldn't change him, but I hoped to improve my opinion of him. We were twins. We had to have something in common. Anything. So there I was, hair freshly cut the way Jessie wore his, and one of his expensive suits, passing myself off as him at his workplace while hoping I wasn't making a monumental mistake. "Sir?" I slowly turned on my heel. The man was about my father's age, soft around the middle, with the air of someone who spent most of his time at a desk. I didn't smile, because my guess was that Jessie wouldn't in that situation. "Yes?" He couldn't know I'd heard him the first time. I looked him directly in the eye because Jessie would have. I inhaled sharply and waited. "I was told you would be out of the office today." He gave me a long look. I narrowed my eyes. He swallowed visibly. "Yep, my brother is a real charmer." In a harsh tone, I said, "I was hoping for uninterrupted office time." He nodded slowly. "So, if anyone asks, you're not here?" "Precisely." I flexed my shoulders. "Even Thane, he's out of the office today." "Good." As the man lingered in the doorway, a thought occurred to me. "Oh, and I'm having issues with my phone. If you need me, knock, but don't call. Whenever my smartphone updates, my son has to fix it for me. I swear it's a ploy to get you to upgrade. My last phone suddenly started asking if I wanted to call 911 when I turned it on." Normally I would have laughed or shared a similar story. I couldn't imagine Jessie doing either. So I cleared my throat and said, "Fascinating. Close the door behind you."